everybody. Welcome to our tiny little greenhouse. That's where I'm at currently, and it is pouring the rain. We've had some really pretty days the last couple of days here in Kentucky. It's been like 60 degrees and sunny, and and we have finally kind of gotten over the hump of the holidays. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas with your families, and so this time of year gets me thinking about everything that happened over the course of last year, which is still this year, but 2024, and it has me thinking and planning and being excited about 2025. And so I have a really fun new video coming out on Tuesday, and it is about creating some really pretty winter garden containers. And so I haven't done much in the scheme of gardening lately because it's just been kind of cold and there hasn't been much going on. But I saw where a lot of people on one of my gardening groups on Facebook were creating these really pretty pine clipping, cedar clipping, boxwood clipping garden containers, and I have seen it several different times, but I wanted to create a couple myself, and so I did that and filmed it, and so that is going to be posted on Tuesday of next week. But today's video is a year in review video, and so I felt like I had to do a face-to-face introduction for that video because this has been a wonderful, amazing creative outlet over the last 10 months of doing videos. Y'all have been so supportive, so kind with your many comments, and I just hope that as we continue to be creative and film videos and make content and just do this for the inspiration of the homemakers, I hope that you all can feel empowered within the walls of your homes, because that is the true meaning behind what I want to get through with our channel. I hope that you do learn some things obviously along the way, but just know that I am learning right alongside you all. I have been a homemaker for the last 10 years, and so doing these things it's not something that I just knew. This has been trial and error within the walls of my kitchen, within the walls of this greenhouse, and in the garden. I am still learning and growing right alongside you all, and I'm just having a wonderful time creating these videos and sharing my heart for homemaking with other homemakers and mothers, and just the inspiration or the impact that I know that homemakers have had on my life. And I pray that through this digital world that we're living in, that this can be inspiration for other homemakers, that they can feel their worth and empowerment and their impact to their families and to their friends and their neighbors. And so this video is going to be a year in review of 2024, of all of the different projects, the farming, the cooking, the gardening. Everything is going to be just kind of put together in this video, and I hope that what comes through is just that we want families to thrive and be successful and feel connected, and we do that within our own family through farming and cooking and creating. And so that is really how I feel like our family comes together, and really it helps us thrive within our family unit. And that's what I really hope for other families, as this new coming year of 2025. I hope that you all can just connect with your families, continue to be successful and thrive within your homes, and serve each other, serve your homes. And so like I've said before, as a homemaker a long time ago, I wondered if I was doing the right thing by being home and serving my family, but I've learned that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's where God wants me to be. And so I have just kind of picked up these skills along the way. Like I said, I'm learning and growing right alongside you all, and just kind of sharing what I have picked up through the years. And that's what I will continue to do in 2025. So I hope that you enjoy this year in review of 2024, and I am looking forward to the coming year in 2025. Let me know below what your all's plans are for 2025. If you're growing a garden, what are your garden plans? What are your flower plans? I have I've been working on all of those things. I get excited this time of year to start doing that, and it gets me kind of going and looking forward to the springtime, and it gets me through the winter blues a little bit too. So I hope you all enjoy this year in review, and I will see you on Tuesday. In February of 2024 was when we actually started our channel, and so during the months of February, March, and April, we actually had our seeds, getting our seeds started for our garden. We got our Tamworth pigs added to our backyard homestead, and we did a lot of outdoor gardening projects in the months of February, March, and April. Spring on the farm is my most favorite time of year. Like I said, I get really excited about the upcoming spring. That's what I'm looking forward to now. Since it's December of 2024, I'm looking back on all of these early spring projects from 2024, and I'm looking forward to that time in 2025. Dave got his horizontal hive built. He caught his swarm of bees, which are still thriving, so we're hoping to get some honey in the spring. Actually, I think he said around the early summer we may be getting some honey. We also got our little baby meat chickens, and so we've actually already put our order in for some more laying hens that will arrive in January of 2025. So we're really looking forward to that. I got into making a few little candles, lots of baking and things in the early spring months of 2024. And me and Jackson got out and went ahead and got all of our garden planted early in I think it was about mid-May when we got into the garden and got that planted as well. I wait as long as I can to get flowers, but I think I started around early May this past year, which would be 2024, early May 2024. I went to the greenhouse and got all kinds of flowers. This coming year, I'm hoping to get a lot of my flowers started myself. So that is one of my big goals for 2025, is to get started on early flowers, because they do take a while to actually bloom. And so that is on my list, so that I don't have to go load up at the greenhouse. I can just start them myself. This year we really got into preserving a lot of our own fruit, and so we had lots of strawberries from our strawberry patch, and we made our own strawberry jam, which was really exciting. And so this year we're hoping that since our blueberries are a little bit older, that we can have more blueberries, and we can have more strawberries and raspberries and blackberries, and that we can start making a lot of homemade jams and jellies to put in our farm stand. So we're really hoping to get a farm stand going this year as well, with some eggs and bread and jams and jellies and some of the things that we're making here on the farm, as well as some honey. And so we're excited, looking forward to that, and we can't wait to share that whole process with you all. Gardening in the garden season is my most favorite time of year. I look forward to it, like I said, every single season. I love planning out the garden. I love watching the ground be turned and getting the seeds started and planting them in the ground and watching them grow, watching the plants grow over the course of the growing season. I also was able to share a lot of our from scratch family meals with you all, and we shared our whole process on raising our own meat chickens and processing those, and so we will continue to do those things in 2025 as well. Each year I've learned a little bit more about growing our own flowers, cut flowers, and so we did some sunflowers, we did zinnias, and we planted our own bulbs. I believe that was like In the fall of 23, we planted bulbs, and so we got to see those come up in 24. So I'm excited to see those come up. They came up in February of 24. I didn't get any clips of those, but I can't wait to share all of the beautiful bulbs that pop up around February. So that will happen again in February of 25. But we did this huge patch of the zinnias, and we did another patch of just basic wildflowers. They came up over the summer. They bloomed for months and months and months. I got tons of clippings, and so I can't wait to make some floral arrangements and put those out into our farm stand and have those for some of our local people around here in Kentucky to come by and pick those pretty arrangements up. Something we're looking into this year is getting more laying hens, because we started selling fresh eggs last year and everyone really loved them and they did really well. And so we're planning on getting some more laying hens so that we can put fresh eggs in our farm stand. And we also got a rooster because I would like to incubate some of our own chicken eggs and sell some of our own chickens. And also, just as a learning experience for the kids, I want them to experience that process of watching chickens incubate, because it is so exciting and fun. And we did that when I was growing up. And so I want to do that as more of a learning experience, but it is something that I plan to share with you all as well. We got to create a lot of farm to table recipes and share with you guys over the course of the summer from our garden. And Dave got into the beehives and did some inspecting. And so, like I said, they've done really well over the winter, and we're looking forward to getting some honey. And we can't wait to share that with you all. And along in our farm stand with some of the other just locally things that we're trying to put out into our farm stand and farm raised things, we're hoping to get some good fresh local honey to also serve to the local community here in Kentucky. Like I said, we got our Tamworth pigs this year, and so Dave had to build farrowing pens for them to separate them from each other and from our boar. And so part of this whole process was us just wanting to be able to raise our own pork and also be able to sell registered Tamworth gilts. And so we were able to sell all of our female Tamworth gilts. We sold a few of the males, and we kept 2 of the males to raise so that we can process those in the spring so that we can have our own farm raised pork in our freezer for our family. And so that is just part of us trying to expand our homestead little by little, raising our own meat chickens, having our own laying hens, having our own honey, and also having our own pigs. And so all of that is really just was Dave's vision several years ago to get started in all of these things. And so it's been really exciting and fun to share that process with you guys. As you can see in this video, just how much that those zinnias absolutely exploded. So you could see in the past clips of them, the early clips of them when we first planted them, how short they were to the ground and how much they continued to grow. So that is what is so amazing about these flowers, is that they are cut and come again. So they'll just continue to bloom. We still had zinnias blooming all the way into November of this year. So all the way from early June all the way through November of 24, we had fresh cut flowers. And so I don't know if that is something that you're looking forward to in January of 25, but if you get those seeds planted in May, you will not regret having a little patch of your own fresh cut flowers to have on display in your home throughout the season. So like I said, we got our Tamworth girls in April of 2024, but they were not actually bred. We thought that they were. So we ended up getting a boar, and he did get our Tamworth girls bred, and they delivered in August of 24. And so these are our precious little baby pigs that were delivered. It was such an exciting time for the kids and such an exciting time for us to watch this whole entire process. And so I did a full clip on when they were delivered, and it was just so sweet to see them be born. One thing that I would really love to start doing in 2025 is some floral arranging classes, some you pick on our farm where we have the flowers and we have people come in and pick their flowers and create their own floral bouquets, because I absolutely love doing this so much. I included it in so many videos because I spent, like I said, most of the season that we had flowers making floral arrangements and bringing them inside and giving them to other people, and I had such a fun time. I'm a creative person, and so it was a really exciting to just kind of learn what you can cut and add into floral bouquets. And so that's why I'm looking forward to the coming video on Tuesday, because it's more of a winter kind of floral arrangement, but it's in a container. And so I think that if you are missing doing this, like I was, that you can get out there even in the wintertime and create a beautiful winter container. In 2024, I was able to share a lot of cooking videos, breakfast, lunches, snacks, different things like that. And I had such a fun time learning how to kind of cook and film and throw things together. And it was exciting to share some of these traditional Southern style recipes with you all, from garden to table recipes to just some of the traditional Southern recipes I grew up having my own mom or my grandma make, and sharing that with you all, especially all of the biscuits, the bread, all of those things. And so I hope that you all enjoyed those. I look forward to continue to share those cooking videos and what we're eating and what we're making from scratch here in our home. And so this coming season with the garden and all of that brings with it, I can't wait to share some more preserving and canning, because that is something that I've done a little bit of here and there, and I hope to really dive into that even more in 2025 and get some really great things canned up for the fall and winter of next year. I already ordered my pumpkin seeds for 2025. I know it's really early, but I wanted to go ahead and get those so that I can start those early in 2025, because I didn't get any pumpkins planted last year, and that was disappointing for me. And so I knew straight out the gate that I wanted to have pumpkins on the farm this year, and so that is something I want to include in our farm stand. It's something that I love to decorate with, and so I was excited to get those pumpkin seeds, and I can't wait to have our own little pumpkin patch. I also learned something the other day when I was on my gardening Facebook group, and it's that I could have probably saved a lot of these flowers that I cut back. I definitely could have saved my ferns. Some people say that they plant their ferns in the ground here in Kentucky in a south facing area, and they mulch around them, and then they're able to come back, or they cut them back and bring them inside. So I didn't try any of those things, so I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but that's something that I have kind of in the back of my mind for next year whenever I do go buy ferns, is to if once it starts to get cold out, is to bring them in and cut them back and put them in. Someone said they used large clear plastic bags and sat them down in there and would just kind of barely water them and keep them in their basement or their garage, and they survived. I don't know, maybe it depends on the type of fern that you have, but it is definitely something that I plan on doing next year. And so also you can do that with mums. You can plant mums in the ground, and they are supposed to come back, so they are a perennial flower, in case you didn't know that. No, I did not plant my mums in the ground, another thing I should have done. But as I said earlier in the very beginning of this video, I am learning and growing alongside you all through this homemaking journey, through gardening and cooking and all of the things. And so I want to share whatever tidbit of information I might have picked up with you all, and I would love for you all to do the same in the comments below. We are currently still getting our raw milk from a local farm because we do not have our own dairy cow, but it is on our goals of 2025 to hopefully, prayerfully get our own dairy cow because we are getting 2 gallons a week currently from the local farm, and I would love to have lots of raw milk on hand. A lot of our family could benefit from having raw milk, and so I also want to make all of the cheese, all of the butter, and so I am looking forward to hopefully doing that. But this year was the first year that I started to make some homemade raw milk butter, real butter, and so it was exciting to learn that process. It was exciting to learn all of the wonderful benefits of raw milk and real homemade butter, and so I have not started to learn to make my own cheese yet, but that is something that I really do want to try and learn this year, if we have enough milk. And so that is going to be something that I will obviously share with you all here on our channel. So just be looking forward to all of that this coming year in 2025. A few things that I have picked up over the course of 2024 is starting to make some of our own household cleaners and our own laundry detergent, and so I was able to find some really good alternatives to regular store-bought laundry detergent and mix up some really good recipes for that, as well as cleaning products using a lot of vinegar and baking soda and borax. And so that was something that I have always wanted to try to kind of move more towards a healthier, more natural lifestyle and getting rid of all of these toxins. And so while we're not perfect at that, and there's still things that I know that we need to get rid of in our own home, learning some of these recipes was really helpful for me because I know now what I can do to make the changes and to kind of get rid of some of the other things and incorporate some of these more non-toxic and more natural alternatives. I hope that you all have enjoyed this year-end review. We are looking forward to 2025, sharing from scratch meals, our family farm and backyard homestead, all of our gardening projects, and we just can't wait to share what the year of 2025 will bring for our family, and we are excited to share that alongside y'all and your families. And so we pray that y'all have a wonderful start to the new year.